we have more pit bike stock 140 action coming up now with Group A, who have just taken their place on the track for their formation lap. Just to recap the action from earlier, Ben Bailey was your fastest qualifier, 1 minute .198, and then it was all very close behind. Matt Bolsover second, Ben Lord in third position, and Richard Holmes-Williams qualifying fourth, 101.297. Those top four really setting the early pace, with Mick Lord and Ben Klukas just a little bit further behind. Good to see that George Hopper is back here this weekend, so I'm not the only one making a return to BMB. So Hopper, familiar name, in 7th place from Lee Hindle, Marshall, Robert Richardson, in 9th position, and Chris Grieve rounding out the top 10. All very close on the edge of the top 10 in qualifying this morning. The top 10 all within 1.5, 2 seconds of each other. Looking further down here, so say Richardson 9th, Grieve 10th, Ed Best in 11th place, Ash Barnes, Phil Dickens, Jamie Thackeray, Jake Bell, John Buckle in 16th place, Aaron Howe and Simon Wadsworth a little bit further behind. And always remember this 140 racing being very competitive, so we are in for some action here as the green flag gets underway, and a good start there from Ben Bailey with Bolsover right on his tail, and Ben Lord with a good start as well.
Yes, I think Bolsover's lost out there to Ben Lord. He looks to have got himself up in 2nd place. Richard Holmes-Williams in the mix as well.
Ball aggressive down the inside around that first corner to shut the door on Matt Bolsover. Very fast and furious start here, but everyone seems to have got through the first few corners safely as they make their way through the S's for the first time. And a great start there for Ben Bailey, but looks like it's Bolsover.
Bolsover's back into 2nd place, Chris, yes, and challenging for the lead of Luna.
Good run out of Luna. Ben down towards Conrod Straight for the first time, and having a look there on the outside of Ben Bailey, but can't find a way through. Ben Lord and Richard Holmes-Williams all getting away well. Lucas, George Hopper, Lee Hindle and Marshall Richardson. Everyone seems to have had a good first lap there. No trouble as leaders make their way around for the first time. Oh, and Bolsover having a look down the inside, and I think has taken the lead from Ben Bailey.
He has indeed, Chris. Looks to hold it down into the valley. Bailey's not going to let him get away with that. This battle's short of rage the whole race.
So Bolsover snatching the lead now, making that pass stick and making that bike as wide as possible as they make their way through the S's. Oh, Bolsover a little bit ragged into the first of those S's corners, which allows Bailey to have a look on the inside, but can't find a way through. They make their way towards Luna once again. Here we go then, Bolsover leads. Looking at Bailey, a bit neat and trying to square the turn off going down the inside as they make their way down Conrod Straight.
As Bailey looks to the inside of Bolsover, we'll have a shorter route up the hill. Pick him up on the other end. And yes, the inside line has paid off. Bailey retakes the lead. Bolsover down in 2nd. But we'll have a look into the first corner.
Bolsover there trying to square the turn off out to that final corner, getting some good drive, but not enough. We've got Lord and now is that George Hopper? He's up there as well.
That's no, Holmes-Williams.
Holmes-Williams, sorry,
is 4th still. Ben Lord has not come up on the time screen for that lap, but is now challenging Bolsover for 2nd place. George Hopper in 5th.
All very close to the top 4 there. We see Lord coming under some real pressure for 3rd place as the leaders make their way towards the Luna Bend. 180-degree long right-hand hairpin, which leads them onto the fastest part of the circuit now. Conrod Straight, as down the inside goes Ben Bailey, and has he got the line? Yes, he has.
Yeah, brief change for the lead there. Bolsover got ahead, but Bailey now back in front as we come down towards Jerry Dunlop corner. There are Bailey and Bolsover, Lord and Holmes-Williams.
So Holmes-Williams starting to get involved in this battle for the lead. The top 4 really breaking away from the rest of the field as Bolsover has a peek down the inside. Ben Lord trying to get involved in that battle there, but stays in 3rd place. Looks to me like Ben Bailey's got some good lines at the start of the lap, which sets him up nicely for the S's.
These 4 consistently battling across the course of this season. You could pretty much ask them to bring a snail from their back garden and watch them race. It'd be a tight battle, but here we are at Three Sisters for the 2nd time. They resume exactly what they were doing last time we were here. Bailey currently leads. Bolsover in second place. Lord in third. Holmes Williams keeping up with them in fourth.
Ben Lord.
So tight going up the
Whoa,
hill.
Ben Lord.
Lord's come out of nowhere.
Great move there. He was lining up Bolsover, who was more interested in battling Bailey for the lead, and left the door open for Ben Lord. I don't think Bolsover was expecting that, but oh, look at this around the final corner through Joey Dunlop, and Matthew Bolsover taking no prisoners as he snatches second position back. And now Bolsover trying to line up Ben Bailey for the lead. Well, as I look around the inside, and Holmes Williams still there in fourth place.
Keep an eye on fifth place, which is now Ash Barnes, who's catching our leading group as we come back to a battle further back in the field.
It's just on the edge of the top 10. I think we've got the 51 in there. That's 12th last time round of Phil Dickens. So this is the battle on the edge of the top 10 at the moment, which is still fast and furious.
Yes, Ash Barnes, we just mentioned, the first of our riders to lap under 1 minute. So some great pace on him. He will join our leading battle. Bolsover not currently showing on my timing screen, but he is on the one. No, he isn't. Sorry, on the one on your stream as they come through.
Yeah, I think there's been
it is now a five-way battle. Ash Barnes has cruised right up to the back of these guys.
Looks like Bolsover's taking the lead. Actually, is on your timing screens here on the left of the screen. You'll see his 22nd, 1 minute down. But I think there may be in a glitch. They may have missed a lap because there we go, right on cue. We move back to the front.
Bolsover, Lord, Bailey, your order, and Ash Barnes now in place. Holmes Williams has lost out to him. Ash Barnes stepping up from our junior series. Great to see him mixing with these 3-4 at the front, and goes up the inside as we climb the hill. He's going to do them both. He has.
He does indeed. Ash Barnes, that wasn't it insane. He's been charging so far. We were saying at the qualifying session this morning whether anybody could get under 1 minute in this stock 140 class, and it looks like he didn't have the best of starts, did he? But he's charging his way through.
He's come from 12th on the grid, Chris. Now he's second place. He's going to challenge Bolsover for the lead in the next couple of laps.
This is on a circuit where passing isn't necessarily the easiest thing because we've got so much of the track is very fast and sweeping, so you really do have to work hard to make positions up. He is charged. There's Barnes. Of course, a lighter rider, so he may have the advantage here in his closing stage. He's reeling in Bolsover at the moment.
I was just about to say, what did the guy have to lunch? 12th position to this.
I think Bolsover, this is where the racer's instinct might kick in here, but he may look to not battle too hard here as Barnes has a look down the inside. Just think about the championship here as Barnes sweeps down the inside and charges through. So Bolsover, I don't think he was too concerned about that because he's got the championship to worry about here and a good points haul if he can get through. And now just tagging on to the back of Ash Barnes, the race leader, as he makes his way through. So I think in terms of the championship, this is Bolsover just using his head now as he tags onto the back of Barnes and tries to pull away from the chasing pack. Where we see, and chopping up there from Ben Bailey as Lord has a look to try and pass through. Lord again going through down the inside into the S's and makes the pass stick. There's some bar banging here for third place, between these three riders. And Richard Holmes Williams just behind as well. Some fantastic action again down the inside goes Bailey. Lord fights back. They really are banging bars here as they make their way down Conrod Straight again with Holmes Williams just behind trying to take advantage here.
Yes, Lord back to the inside going up the hill. Should we take that position of third place now? Coming up over the summit. Yes, indeed. But Bailey moves to the inside for Joey's corner and retakes third place. These guys are just going to swap every corner, I think.
I always remember with this stock 140 racing, the guys at the front, they take no prisoners. It does tend to get a bit aggressive out there. And here we see another example as Lord has a look down the inside and forces his way down the inside of Ben Bailey. A bit further back here, George Hopper, Lee Hindle, Ed Best and Mick Lord also involved there. So a good cameo here from George Hopper at the moment in 6th position. And that's the 82 of Lee Hindle, just ahead of Ed Best and Mick Lord. Those riders battling 7th through 9th, with Chris Grieve just a little bit further behind in 10th place.
This stock 140 has thrown up some phenomenal races across the season, and this here at round 9 is no different.
Ash Barnes is making his way through to cross the line to take the last lap board, with Bolsover chasing in 2nd place. The battle still on for 3rd as the riders on the edge of the top 10 make their way over Coward Summit back towards the finish line now. But it's still very close between Lord and the 126 of Holmes Williams. This, of course, the closing stage of the championship. Every race matters now as we look at this battle again on the edge of the top 10. Lee Hindle, Ed Best and Mick Lord still scrapping away for that 8th place. The leaders making their way down Conran Straight for the final time, with Ash Barnes leading the way. Matthew Bolsover shadowing in 2nd place, although seemed to be a little bit slower down that back straight. Doesn't lose too much time. Ben Lord, Richard Holmes Williams clearing the 4th, and Ben Bailey still fighting back to the line.
Yeah, a quick look over the shoulder from Bolsover just to see where his competitors were. Good 2 seconds further. 4 seconds down the road as checkered flag is out for Ash Barnes. He wins this first race in the stock 140s. Matt Bolsover finishes 2nd. Ben Bailey nicks back ahead of Ben Lord for 3rd place. Lord in 4th, Richard Holmes Williams in 5th, and our guest rider George Hopper looks to come home in 6th place. The battle for 7th is won by Lee Hindle, who beats out Ed Best and Mick Lord respectively. Chris Grieve makes up the top 10, with Ben Clucas just missing out in 11th. Phil Dickens comes home 12th, followed by Jack Bell, Jamie Thackeray and John Buckle 15th. Doug Craven comes home in 16th, Simon Wadsworth in 17th, and we're about to see Aaron Howe, I believe, in 18th, Sebastian Barron 19th, 20th for Joe Milner's, 21st Connor Withers, 22nd Phil Taylor, Marshall Richardson, Alex Latham and Isaac Aldred. So yes, confirmation of that race result there on screen for you. There's some replays of the action. Bolsover and Bailey battling early on for the lead going up the hill. And that's all. Here's Group A then for the Parker Racing Stock 140s here at Three Sisters. Fantastic race earlier. Hopefully we'll be following that up again. Ben Bailey starts on pole position. Matt Bolsover is in 2nd place. Ben Lord will be in 3rd. Richard Holmes Williams in 4th. Nick Lord in 6th. George Hopper finishing last one. He starts 2nd in this. Lee Hindle is in 8th. Marshall Richardson starts this one in 9th, alongside Chris Grieve, 10th. Ed Best and a winner from earlier, Ash Barnes, at 11th and 12th. It'd be good to see Ash can repeat his feat from earlier. That was a very, very impressive ride. 13th goes to Phil Dickens. Jamie Thackeray will be in 14th. Jack Bell and John Buckle are on row 8 of the grid, 15th and 16th respectively. Aaron Howe and Simon Wadsworth line up behind them. Isaac Aldred will be 19th, 20th to Connor Winters. Phil Taylor started this race in 21st position, 22nd goes to Joe Milnes. Doug Craven popping out for his 4th race of the day, I believe, 23rd, and Sebastian Barron also looking for his 4th race of the day. He lined up from last and 24th. That's a grid for the Pit Bike Stock 140s race 2A. Can we see Ash Barnes push through the field as he did earlier? Can we see one of Bailey, Bolsover or Lord take another victory this season? Can Richard Holmes-Williams do anything? He was up there earlier but didn't manage to really make an impression on the lead. Anything could happen on this one. To your left, Ben Bailey is up in pole position. To your right, Bolsover on the 4-2-1. Behind him is Holmes-Williams. Just out of shot behind Bailey is Ben Lord. All riders appear to have formed up on the grid. Thumbs up from the back, the green flag goes up at the front, and we are racing here at Three Sisters. Good start from Bolsover on the right hand side of the grid. He looks to have got to the front. He has. You can see spots of rain on this camera. We'll keep an eye on that one as and when it comes. Ben Bailey has suffered at the start here. He's down in third place. Richard Holmes-Williams comes fourth, which means Ben Lord is up into second place. We have a rider somehow at the top of the hill. I'm not sure how he got there or who he is. Let's carry on with the racing. Bolsover leads them into Luna. Ben Lord in second place. Bailey is third and fourth already. Holmes-Williams is down in fifth place. The rain really coming down now. Just looking outside my commentary box, it's going to be wet sooner rather than later. That could throw up some interesting shapes in this race, shall we say. Normally I'd use interesting shapes to refer to myself on the dance floor, however, you'll soon see what I mean in this race. Something you wouldn't expect. Bolsover leads after round one. Ben Lord is in second place. Ash Barnes is up to third place already. That's incredible from 12th place in the grid. Ben Bailey's fourth, Chris Grieve now fifth. Nick Lord sixth, Richard Holmes-Williams in seventh. George Hopper dropped 2 places to 8th. Dickens and Bell round out the top 10. Bolsover comes through in first, followed by Lord. We are following the pack. Around the outside of him goes Phil Dickens and Jack Bell. And you can see the rain coming down on screen. So these guys give each other enough room in these slippery conditions. Bolsover remains your leader out in front. Ben Lord still second, Barnes in third, Bailey is in fourth. This can still go any way between the four of those. That's through come this pack. Hopper, Bell, Dickens, Buckle. Someone I'm not sure of because the transponder isn't that great. Howe and Craven. Absolute gaggle of them. I want to say about 9 bikes running in quick succession here. Barnes in third place makes a move into Luna and takes second place. Keep an eye on the race leader, Matt Bolsover, as he comes up the hill. You just saw him in the back of your shot there. Ash Barnes is now ahead of Ben Lord in second place. Hopper doing well to hold off challenges here. As he leads this huge pack. Drive. Hopper holding position just about as everyone squabbles for position behind him. This can only benefit George Hopper. Across the line they come. This is the battle for 8th place. George Hopper leads it. Unknown driver is 9th. John Buckle, Phil Dickens, Jack Bell, Jamie Thackeray, Doug Craven, Aaron Howe and Simon Wadsworth, all in this gaggle of bikes. Back at top, Bolsover has a lead of 2.8 seconds back to Ash Barnes, our winner from earlier. There are 4 laps remaining and Bolsover may just have the pace to hold off Barnes here. Behind him, Lord and Bailey are struggling to keep up. George Hopper coming under intense pressure now from the likes of John Buckle. I think that's Chris Blofield. I could be wrong, but it looks like Chris Blofield to me. up top. The gap now is less than 2 seconds with 3 laps remaining. 8/10 Ash Barnes had on that lap. Fastest lap of the race for Ash Barnes in that one. 1 minute 0.69, I should say. Almost a second quicker than Bolsover. We're going to have to keep an eye on those as they head into Luna. We're sticking with this Gagler kart as is closest. Great lunge up the inside. Hopper's gone wide and he's lost 2 places in one corner. He's going to try and get them back on the entry to the S's. Doesn't quite manage it. He's lost 2 positions. That'll be Phil Dickens, one of them. I'm not sure who the other one is, although we think it may be Chris Blofield. Race leader Matt Bolsover comes through onto the penultimate lap. Barnes is very close this time around. It's going to be about a second the difference, and in fact it's a second .089. They come through the valley now. Bailey has challenged Lord behind. Lord holds 3rd position for now. This Gaggle still in Paddock Bend. Also now coming through Luna. I'm joined by Chris from the circuit, as I've been introduced. Hi Chris. Good, thank you. We're just following our Stock 140 race A, currently led by Matthew Bolsover. Although winner from earlier, Ash Barnes, is going to be challenging him sooner rather than later. We have 2 laps left, and as you probably know from being outside recently, it's very cold for me. I've been straight from Vegas, where it was 30+ degrees, so positively freezing. This is the battle for 8th place. Apologies, Chris, you were muted for that, so I was just having a conversation with myself. Not that I haven't been for the last few minutes, but the gap now between the leaders is very close, and indeed there is confirmation for you. Ash Barnes takes the lead. Matt Bolsover now trying to get it back on the last lap. Chris, how's you found today's racing?
It's amazing. It's the first time I've seen the lights, and just all through the field there's just been some really good racing. You know, we've seen people taking the last dive into the last straight to come out and win, so you've got another good battle going on at the moment.
Yes, Ash Barnes comes over the crest of the hill. Bolsover very close behind him, but unfortunately for Bolsover, the checkered flag is there. Barnes takes the second win of the day. Bolsover less than half a second behind him. Bad luck for him as Ben Bailey heads Ben Lord 3rd and 4th, and 5th comes Richard Holmes Williams. Great battling from the top 5 as always in this class. We look now to see who comes home in 6th. Chris Grieve has snatched that position. Mick Lord should finish 7th, and then we have the battle for 8th. The titanic battle that we've been following all race. George Hopper just about stays on top of that one. Then we have who I think was Chris Blofield. Jack Bell was 10th, Jamie Thackeray 11th, 12th, Doug Craven. Good fight from the back of the grid from him. Phil Dickens is 13th, Simon Wadsworth 14th, Aaron Howe 15th, Marshall Richardson comes home in 16th. Then we're looking for Isaac Aldred, just come home in 17th. Phil Taylor finishes 18th. Sebastian Barron finishes 19th. Joe Miller's 20th. And a couple of laps down we have John Buckle and Connor Winters. As I said, another fantastic race from our Stock 140s. They never fail to entertain us. Quick look at some of the replays, I believe, is coming up on your screens now. There we go. This is that battle for 8th place. George Hopper here in the lead of it. He lost the lead of this battle a couple of times, but he battled back towards the end. Here he struggled a couple of times coming out of this corner. I think it was the rain that really kind of threw a wild card in there, and great lunge there. Saw him lose 2 places through the valley. And then here he is chasing them down the back straight. Here's the race winner, Ash Barnes, by the slightest of margins to Matt Bolsover. And then 3rd and 4th, the 2 Bens, Bailey and Lord, with Richard Holmes Williams.